All right, good afternoon and welcome everybody to the Clutch Society area of the Toronto Motorcycle Show. I'm Dustin Woods for Canada Moto Guide, and I'm here with Viktor and Sammy from the Moto Social area.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So for those of these people who are joining us who don't know, and for the millions and millions of fans who are going to be reading on Canada Moto Guide later, why don't you tell us what is a Moto Social?
The Moto Social is a, we can call it a community building organization now.
Yeah, you're at that point, I think.
Yeah, we can call it that. We're not really.
You can call it whatever you want, really.
Sure. The Moto Social is an organization that Sam and I started or created to build community. So we started hosting fun social events where the motorcycle was like the common interest, but the priority or the focus was to connect people. So yeah, we basically host very open and welcoming monthly social events, what started originally in Toronto, but now we've expanded to, currently we're in 21 other cities around the world doing the same thing.
Yeah. And so it started off as, what was it, the first Wednesday of every month throughout the summer, and it didn't matter what you ride, as long as you ride, or even if you don't, just show up and be cool and hang out. For most people who ride, if you've gone to bike nights or bike events before, it's, you know, the Harley people over there and the cruisers over here and the sport bikes over here and the Triumph people over here. The beauty of Moto Social is that it's everyone parks beside everyone, and every time you're there, you park beside someone new and you make a new friend, and they ask you about your bike and you ask them about theirs. And that's one of the beautiful things about it, is that the unifying experience is motorcycles, but that it's a connection of humanity regardless of what you ride, which is also fostered by, I think, the way that you guys talk about it and the language that you use as well.
Yeah.
We are creating community within Toronto specifically, and now it's creating community of like-minded people around the world. So you get people who recognize the Moto Social in other cities actually going to visit the city and knowing that they can show up to that event and meet people the same way, and they know what to expect.
That's amazing. And so in every city that you have it, they're volunteers, right? Like there are people who are like, and I don't love to use this term necessarily, but like influencers. They're like people within the community that have a certain level of like credibility and stout that are helping you, that recognize your vision, that are, you could say this better than I can, obviously, but like, how do you find people who are representing your brand in each area and make sure that they stick to your, welcoming mantra?
Yeah. I guess the term influencer is correct, but it also makes, we don't look at people's like social or like following as like a prerequisite.
Yeah.
We look for people who are passionate about creating something great for their local community as like the most important thing. In-person influence, yeah, like, so we don't care about like social following or any of that stuff. We care about like people's hearts. So if people reach out to us interested in starting the Moto Social in their city, but sometimes it seems like selfishly motivated. And then we meet a lot of, like the people we've teamed up with so far in these 21 cities, they're all like, we want to do something great for the people of our city that ride motorcycles and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like filtering that to find really genuine people who obviously have invested some time or have proven that they want to keep doing stuff in their city, but it's more about their heart wanting to do something great.
Totally, and I love how it's every kind of motorcycle too, and it's not necessarily like the most expensive motorcycle that would get the most attention. Like sometimes there are people who show up on little like 1970s pocket bikes that like get the most attention out of anybody, being like, "Oh my God, I had one of those when I was a kid." And so you like, one of the cool things about it is that you never know what you're going to see, but also we talked about this earlier, that it's in a different part, in a different community every single time. So it's not at the same location, the same motorcycles, the same people every time. It's always in a different coffee shop, and so you're supporting local communities and local businesses as well.
Yeah, the focus, so everything we do comes from this idea of how can we make people feel more connected and at home in their city. So the whole moving it around every month, the whole keeping it in the city so that we're not in parking lots, that's actually kind of this like secret ingredient to like not creating the whole like comfort zone segregation or bike genre segregation at the event. Because we're in the city, you park where you find space. So if that's next to a moped, you can't really, you roll in with your crew of 20 friends, you can't really park together downtown. Yeah. So find a spot and then meet up later.
Yeah.
So like we've thought this through of moving things around came from the idea of, in Toronto specifically, we get comfortable in our neighborhoods. We're like, we've got our grocery store in our neighborhood, we've got our pet store in our neighborhood. We don't really need to go too far. And so the east side for us, when we were growing up, like felt foreign. I overcame that. Like East End doesn't feel foreign to me, but I figured if I felt like the East End was foreign, then it might feel the same for other people.
Yeah.
So
it's like
let's
Springfield
move it around.
and Shelbyville.
Yeah.
Of like their fire hydrants are yellow. It's so weird. It's different.
Exactly.
Ours are red. They're weird, different.
Yeah. So bringing everyone into these different neighborhoods, exposing everyone to different independent businesses in these neighborhoods, is actually doing or creating a connection or a better understanding of the city, a more comfortable feeling in that.
It's also showing the neighborhoods that motorcycling isn't your stereotypical motorcyclist as well.
Yeah.
So we're not just building community, but we're also kind of showing that motorcycling is an open, non-exclusive sport that everyone can kind of get involved in. And so with our monthly events, we actually invite the neighborhoods that we go into to come and join us and walk around and take part in what we're doing. It's not like you stay in your homes and let us take over for a couple hours, but we actually want them to be a part of it.
That's amazing. Come and meet your local bikers.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to be a positive influence or like leave a positive thing. Yeah, it's like a lot of motorcyclists in one neighborhood and it's a little bit noisy or a little bit rowdy or different, not your usual, Wednesday night in whatever neighborhood we're in.
Yeah. And then it's also only for a few hours and then you're gone. And so it's like there's no harm. It's, your kids still go to bed at a normal time and you're not going to lose sleep. So
let's represent motorcyclists positively.
There you go. I think we're all in agreement there. So let's talk about what you guys are announcing here for the weekend. So you guys have like a new brand identity that you've been working on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is exciting for us. I originally made the Moto Social logo. I've been tired of it for a while, so we just wanted to make the brand feel a little bit fresh. Yeah, fresh, cool, new. So yeah, we made some new logos. We made some merch.
And then you also have the Buddy Brew, the new Moto Social
Buddy
coffee
Brew
collaboration. So why don't you guys talk about that a little bit?
Buddy Brew came from the idea that we typically host our monthly events at coffee shops in all the different cities that we host them in. Some of those coffee shops are also roasteries, so we have these relationships with these really awesome independent roasters, and we thought, why don't we create a product that our community can bring home outside of our monthly events, and then also in that process, you're supporting the roaster, and you're also supporting us a bit to keep going. Yeah.
And that's important too.
Yeah, we gotta keep going.
Exactly. You got to keep the lights on. Got to keep eating inconvenient things like that.
Yeah.
All right. So if people want to come check out the Moto Socials this summer, where should they follow you?
I'd say the website probably first, themotosocial.com, and then follow us on Instagram, Facebook. It's just at the Moto Social.
Now all we need is spring to come, and we can all rejoice and meet up with our motorcycles and have fun.
Can't
Amazing.
wait.
All right. So thanks very much for chatting with me.
Yeah.
And
thanks for chatting with us. Yeah.
Always a pleasure. Sammy and Viktor from the Moto Social. Dustin Woods from Canada Moto Guide. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Enjoy the Clutch Society.
Yeehaw.